What's up, YouTube? This is Ultimate Shield 340 back again with another Destiny 2 video. So, in today's video, spoiler alert, I'm doing some more Final Shape gameplay of the main story campaign. So, if that's not what you want to see, feel free to maybe click off this video and maybe come back at another time when you've gotten past this part. So, this mission is called the Dissent, and as of right now, we are going after Zavala and trying to make sure that he doesn't actually descend into darkness, and trying to protect him from doing that. And so we are actually actively looking for him. He left camp and he is out there and he is very determined to do everything he can in order for us to kill and fight the witness. So in the gameplay and behind, you'll see that I am failing miserably in my attempts to try and beat this mission. Just as a reminder, this is on legendary mode, and I am trying to do my best to try and get through. But I also wanted to make sure that you saw like unedited video. Again, just showing you what I have done here, so that you could maybe learn from my mistakes and don't do what I did. And you know, it's all good. You know, it's one of those things in any video game. You just die. You know, and so you know, it's just one of those things. You just try not to sweat it too much. And now that I kind of know what to expect, it's going to be easier for me to sort of avoid that whenever I continue to move forward. So, the Prismatic Titan, again, continuing to work it all out. I really love these Diamond Lancers. These are actually like really cool to use in my personal opinion, given the fact that I'm also pairing this off with a stasis weapon, one that also has headstone. In addition to that, it also has I'm also using the mod for the season, where you are going to increase the burst of any stasis debuffed enemies if you get a final blow with them using a stasis weapon. So that's that giant burst you kind of see in the background. So that's actually really cool. I really enjoy that as well. And so, you know, I'm just continuing to go through this whole thing and talking to the statues in order to try and get to, you know, the next part. So, all that out of the way, I'm going to actually kind of pivot into something that's more a real life kind of thing while I have the gameplay sort of playing in the background. Just some life things and everything. Nothing bad or anything. Just some thoughts that I wanted to kind of share along with you. Many of you. I probably have not said it on this channel or anything, but in my previous job, I actually was a therapist for children. And, you know, doing that job was a lot of fun, but unfortunately it did come with a lot of issues that children would come to talk to me about. And I wanted to share some of the advice that I gave some of the kids about regret and worrying about your past, and what to do about those things whenever you feel regret about the past and having anxiety about the future. And so oftentimes whenever I would talk to my children, I would always kind of, you know, sort of say is that no amount of regret will change your past, and no amount of anxiety is going to do anything to help change your future. And I really want you to hold on to that, and I want to share that with you all, because while we all go through our own struggles in life and things like that, it's human to sort of reflect back on the past, on some cringe moment that you did, some cringe moment that you actually had, or you know, something cringy that you did with other people and you might regret that, or even mistakes that you made with other people, maybe failed relationships or strained relationships, issues with your parents, brothers, sisters, you know, girlfriends, boyfriends, or whoever it may be. You might have those issues that you sort of regret in the past, and it's okay to learn from those mistakes and you know, kind of reflect on that for now. But it's important that you also don't dwell on that for too much, because, you know, again, there's nothing you can actually do about the past that is going to help you. The past is already come and gone, and you know, it's easier said than done, obviously, of course, but you need to start to learn to look forward and sort of let that go. And the best way you can do that is, my opinion is that you need to start to like really forgive yourself for whatever that moment was or whatever you regret about. You know, if you say, for instance, had an issue with a person and you guys got into, like, say maybe an altercation or argument or whatever, then you can think about what you were arguing about and really think about it, and kind of sort of make peace with it. What it was said, and what was done. And it's never too late to make amends or try and repair a relationship if it's been shattered before or broken. And while I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything for you all who are still watching this video, some relationships unfortunately are not going to be able to be repaired. No matter what you say and what you do, depending on what the circumstance was or the situation on which the relationship ended, you may not be able to try and mend that. And it might sound counter to what I just said, but it's really not, because I feel as if you have to, like, part of letting go and not regretting the past is to learn from those mistakes, right? Whatever it was that you did in the past that you messed up on or said or did or whatever, then you have to learn not to, like, do your best to avoid making those same mistakes in the future. And even if you cannot repair that relationship that was strained before in the past, what you can do is you can look forward to the future and maybe make some new connections with other people, and try not to repeat the same mistakes that you did before in the past that got you into that issue. So that's part of it. And how you forgive yourself is also, taking the time to maybe talk to somebody who will listen to you, maybe go to therapy yourself, or talk to a very close, trusted individual who's going to be able to, who you can sort of talk to and who you can actually give some, some feedback from. And hopefully they'll point you in the right direction on ways that you can do things for yourself to help you forgive yourself and help you move forward in life. And so now we sort of shift focus, and then we, think about what the future holds, right? Some people have a lot of anxiety about the future, and to me, it's I understand why we as human beings do it. It's always it's human to sort of be anxious about the future, because the future is always, uncertain, especially if you're somebody who's trying to make, big plans in your life, or you're trying to achieve some kind of goal. It's natural to sort of feel anxious about the future. And, I think it's important that you focus and that you think about the future, but that you not be too overly concerned with the future. And what I mean by that is that, you should think about your future and make steps forward in whatever way that you're trying to go. Say if you have a huge life goal, say for instance, like you're trying to graduate from college, or you're trying to go for a new degree, and you don't know if you will be able to make it, or if you're have anxiety about passing this test or whatever it may be. I think it's important for you to sort of think about the future, like this test that's coming up. It's good for you to think about that, but not be too overly concerned about it, because it's actually your present that is going to affect your future. And I think a lot of people don't really think about that in the grand scheme of things, where if you're worried about the future, a lot of people don't really realize that if you're, whatever the thing that you're anxious about in the future, it's going to be directly changed by what you do in the present. And so, if you're worried about that test, study. And that's a way for you to think about your future, but then it's going to help reduce that anxiety, because you've done everything you can to prepare for your future. And that's why I also say, by that same token, not to be so focused on the future at the same time. And again, it might sound like I'm kind of contradicting myself, but let me try and further explain, and hopefully it'll make more sense if it's not already clear. But effectively, what you're doing is you're preparing yourself for the future, and you're taking a very serious, you're thinking about your future, and you're making steps to protect yourself and set yourself up for success. Once you move forward and you actually take those steps to help prepare yourself, then don't worry too much about the future, because you've done all you can. And once you accurately prepared, you've done all you can, you've studied, you prepared, make sure you got plenty of rest and things like that. And then, just know that you've done everything you can, and have confidence in yourself that, that you're going to do well in, taking this test or whatever it may be. And it's not just, school stuff, but it could be, if you're trying out for maybe a job or a job interview, or if you're trying to, I don't know, whatever it may be that you're trying to go for, make sure that you're adequately 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 prepared for everything that you're trying to obtain, and do your best to prepare for it. And then once you've done everything you can, try not to stress about it too much. Again, that's going to be easier said than done, but I think at this point you kind of understand the point I'm trying to make. So that's pretty much all I have for today. Let me know what you think. I wanted to try and do a little bit something different than really just kind of telling you, the same things I've been kind of saying before in my previous videos, about Prismatic Titan and sort of the story. I kind of wanted to add a little bit more since these kind of life videos seem to get a little bit better traction for, fans of the channel, more so than more gameplay related stuff. So I'm hoping that maybe this change will be, something that you guys kind of will see and sort of give you a breath of fresh air. So let me know what you all think below in the comments. Do you like what I have to say? Do you not like what I have to say? Yeah. Ultimate Shield 340 signing off. I'll see you in Destiny 2. Peace.
surge of energy, but I can't pinpoint Zavala's location.
It's probably more interference. Just concentrate on him.
I can't.
You can. Just feel for his light.
I can't.
Tarsh, it's okay if you can't find Zavala. We're past the storm, but something could still be throwing off the signal. Even if that isn't the case, you don't have to know your guardian by his light.
And how would you feel? Were you in my shell? You scour the earth for years, hunting on vague feeling, growing lonely, losing faith, but eventually, miraculously, finding your mark. And you spend years more by his side, watching him fight and die, fall in love, lose himself to grief. You forge a bond, seal your fates. And yet you're not sure if you can do the only thing you were made to do for the one person you were meant for? How would you feel?
Well, I...
Forget it. The feeling doesn't matter. You take the closer source, I'll check the one ahead. I know what to do.
We got your back, buddy.
Ghost, Guardian, keep looking. We'll catch up with Taj.